Hey, what's up, guys? Coach Ben here with the Coach Ben podcast on Jiu Jitsu Magazine Podcast Network. I'm here with Jim, and we have a very special guest today. I always let Jim bring him in. So, Jim, go ahead.
All right. So, Ben, I think you and I can agree that we're both pretty geeked out on our next guest. And our guest is a legend, one of the forefathers of bringing jiu-jitsu to America, but not only just bringing jiu-jitsu to America, but helping grow this art when it was introduced to America and continues to do so in a very unorthodox and very exclusive type of way. And that is our guest today, Rigan Machado.
Thank you, man.
Rigan, thank you for joining us.
Welcome, sir.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
So we wanted to, sorry, Ben. Yeah, we wanted to actually first establish, what your role in jiu-jitsu to America is, and what that means is you are one of the fighters, like literally one of the fighters to fly the flag of jiu-jitsu and re-educate the mindset that we had here in America of the grappling arts. Could you tell us a little bit about your jiu-jitsu journey, where you learned it, where you came from, your connection with everyone knows the Gracie family?
When my mother's sister married the founder named Carlos Gracie, the oldest of the five brothers, the Gracie brothers, the pioneers of the sport of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Brazil, and they created. And basically, in early age, I used to live in the country. I have a little issues of health. I have little problems with asthma. I have a big problem with dyslexia. I have a lot of problems of learning and to speak. And my uncle Carlos, beside he be the pioneer and to raise the whole Grace family, he was a doctor, nutrition doctor. And he have all these alternate medicine vision to eat super healthy. He created a great diet. He created the lifestyle to eat very clean, very organic. It basically he convinced my mother to let me move to the city and to go to a nutrition system and swimming training to cure the asthma. And the other thing he did at the time, he wanted me to do sport of jiu-jitsu with my cousins, to train every day. And basically, that's what I did. I moved to the city very young age, and I lived with him for almost 15 years with my cousins. And after a while, the asthma disappeared. The dyslexia, I have to go to a specific school to improve my learning abilities. And my coach was Jos Grace and Carlos Grace Jr. And all my cousins support me. The other coach I have was Hickson. Everybody. I train with 20 amazing, 30 different cousins, always help me, guide me. And Hollis was explained to Carlos, I want you to focus on Rigan because Rigan have a potential to be a really good fighter. And Carlos Grace Jr., who was the head of Barra Grace and the head of EBJJF, I was his first challenge to build a champion. I was privileged at the time to have Carlos Grace full-time focus on me to be a champion. And I was a good soldier. I listened to him 100%. And I started winning everything. I win like almost over 360 fights, no loss for the last 10 years, winning weight class, open class, with a record almost 95% of submission. I remember sometimes one day I have 19 fights with 19 submissions. I remember one time I have 12 fights and submit everybody before 12. All the 12 fights didn't pass 12 minutes. And I remember come to a point I even ended up fighting my own cousin because Rickson didn't have much challenge at the time. And the only challenge I have for him at the time was me. And they realized, like, we need some good fights for Rickson, and why not put Rigan to fight him? End up fighting him in early age. I was 17 at the time when I fought him. It was an amazing fight, back and forth. But this opened my mind, the potential, how I love jiu-jitsu, how fast I grew in the sport. And through that, I helped to train my brothers. I trained Jean-Jacques, I trained my younger brothers. And they start come alive in the sport. That's why the Gracies create the Machado brothers philosophy. But we under the umbrella of the Gracies. And I remember I have opportunity to come to United States. When you come to United States, it was me, Rickson, Royce was he, Horion. I remember Horion called me and said, Rigan, he teach in the garage. Come here, help us. We want to open the first jiu-jitsu school. I remember when we got there, Horion start like take us everywhere, travel to United States to train with wrestling camps, Marines, Navy SEALs, to find US, anybody knows jiu-jitsu, anybody knows submission. And we remember we put success. I remember going everywhere. We submit everybody on the ground. I didn't find much big challenge. A lot of great athletes.
Were you still a competitor, Rigan, at this time?
I still competitor. I was. When I came to United States, the process of the green card, the visa, everything, I couldn't live in the country for the first 2 years, and that's when they start competing, training a lot of wrestling. Fighting some judo on the side for fun, but I found a sport, sambo, which was end up winning like 4 nationals, 4 Pan Americans, and I got invited to go for the World Cup, World Games. I ended up international, flew to Europe to fight 3 World Championships. One I got bronze, the one I got silver, I got one I got gold. But it was a good experience, but it was remind me like judo with a little bit different rules. I just try to do quick submission. Every time I go to the ground, I want to submit fast because they give not much time on the ground. After 20 seconds, stand up again. What happened, everything I trained for was not to throw, to take the fight to the ground, submit fast as I could. Sometimes I have a problem. Some of the events, they didn't let me to take to the fight to the ground. The referee say, hey, you go to the ground, I'm going to disqualify. That's when they start having little problems here and there with the rules. And after a while, Jiu-Jitsu start cross to America and stuff. I said, now I'm back to Jiu-Jitsu and stuff like that. And Abu Dhabi start come and stuff like that. It was a good journey. I'm very pleased to have this amazing journey on the sport. And I feel blessed at being give close to over 700 seminars, over 100 countries the last 35 years. Wow. Today is so amazing. I get book a year and a half advance. I doing, it's so amazing. Being like blessed. I feel like God. That's why I tell people, love Jiu-Jitsu, Jiu-Jitsu is going to love you back, because I never expect to do so much through the sport of Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah, I so appreciate every day. I thank God to the amazing opportunity the sport gave to me in this amazing journey. You know what I mean?
I think you were a serious competitor, Rigan. I think a lot of that.
Can I tell one thing? I'm gonna tell something here. I didn't like the old Rigan. The truth. I love the new Rigan, but let me explain about the old Rigan. The old Rigan, I didn't talk much. I wanna go in the ring. I wanna hurt people. I didn't care. It's like, for me, it's like I get your arm, it's better you tap because my mentality I'm gonna break you. Yeah, get your neck, you will pass out because I wanna choke you to a point you're gonna pass out. It's almost like I used to train 6 hours a day doing 40 spars a day. That was my training. I do 3 sections a day. I want to be sure to do a hardcore 40 spars a day. And weekends I do techniques, drill, strategy, things like that. Train some judo, some little things like that. But I was not a social guy. I was very. The only thing pleasure I have in life is to step in the ring, look across the ring, and look to the other guy. Yeah, I want to go to war. I said, man, it's better give me a war because I want to fight. And I was asked, I come to a point, my coach, please find somebody good for me to fight because I want to have this feeling again. I want to feel the adrenaline. I want to feel the pleasure to go to war. I want to feel the pleasure to winning. That was my addiction. I didn't care about medal. I didn't care about title. I just want to please give me a good fighter. You know what I mean? It's kind of interesting because one day sometimes you cross on the mat with somebody who is not your level. I'll get like, what the fuck? I'm going to have to fight this guy. It's like it's a warm up or something. I didn't like it. I said, "Boy, give me some. I want to go to war." You know what I mean?
But that mentality is rare.
Yeah,
most people don't think like that.
Come from the hardcore because when you want to get to a high level competitor, I don't know, you get to a level like almost like a light cycle, like
you're very selfish. You have to be selfish.
Yeah,
you're
very selfish, very not social, almost like a little animal who you want to hold in the cage, liberate to go to war, go to a fight, like almost like a pit bull mentality. And after a while, the hunger start disappear, that fire. And that's when little by little I start doing different challenges. I want to be a good coach. I want to be a successful businessman. I want to explore different areas of opportunities and start like learning other things, other new challenges. Yeah, for me, it's like today I have the best life ever. I do what I love. I still love Jiu-Jitsu more every day. But what I love about Jiu-Jitsu today, I have so many students who have so many issues. And for me to have a chance to use the Jiu-Jitsu as a guidance, as almost like you feel like a doctor, which you get the guy who has so many problems, health problems, mental problems, insecure problems, and use these Jiu-Jitsu to help to fix that. And that's what I love. I said, man, what a privilege to have these tools to help people to become a better people outside the mat through Jiu-Jitsu. And that experience I have been teaching over 10,000 people and to have produced a manufacture of champions and this and that, and to have a chance to understand this experience, to guide you to have these tools is amazing. It's amazing. I feel like the teaching is something so fascinating for me, which I love this experience to be a teacher.
So Rickson and you guys, that was probably one of the matches that people remember most because you guys at the time, well, I don't know, were you considered one of the top guys in the world at that time or just in that circle?
It's like we being, I was on the Carlos Grace side. At the time I come the pit bull from Carlos Grace, the number one of the club. And who represent the Carlos Grace side. Rickson was on the Helio Grace side. Once in a while, you have a politics a little bit between Rickson side, Carlos side, like who's the best, and little bit like that. But example, people don't understand. Rickson was one of my coaches. I trained for Rickson for 5 years, having privacy with him. like twice a week, me and my brother Jean-Jacques. He was so nice to me, so sweet, pushed me, motivated. And when these big events called the company, who was a big clothesline at the time, which try to sponsor this jiu-jitsu for the next level, to more the cool side, was like he have this vision of a surfing brand. And he want to get jiu-jitsu, make jiu-jitsu look cool for the new generation. The guy is amazing, the business guy. And I have this guy named Paulo, nicknamed Negão, which he was the visionary for that. And the event was a big explosion. Everybody from everywhere come, national TV, this and that. And they sponsor on the one biggest event they produced at the time. They want to see blood. And the problem, me and Rickson was in a different weight class, different division. I was younger. Rickson was above me. Rickson was in open class. Sometimes when you compete, Rickson, okay, you take the weight, I get the open class, or vice versa, or something like that. We never cross. But this come to a point, Helio Gray said, man, you have a situation, you have a problem, because there's no final good here. This guy who's going to fight Rickson, he got hurt. The guy who's going to fight Rigan beat him already 3 times. We need a good show. Another way, it's not good for the sport. And Helio was the key player who, in the honor of the event, said, we need to, the next day, I didn't know we we're going to fight Rickson. The next day, they arrived over there and said, man, you fight Rickson, because even the newspaper put Rigan and Rickson on the finals. I didn't understand, like, what that mean.
This was in Brazil, correct, Rigan?
This was in Brazil? In Rio de Janeiro. Based like, I didn't know. I arrived on the event. Oh, yeah, like. Sorry, guys. Sometimes when somebody calm, cut the line. When they arrive on the arena, people start talking to me, my coach Carlos Grace Jr., and said, crawling, they want you to fight Rickson. I said, no, I go over there, give a victory for Rickson, my coach. It was my pleasure. You don't understand. They want you to fight Rickson. Yeah, I said, no, I'm not going to fight Rickson. Creed me. He's my cousin, my coach. I want to fight people outside the family, not people inside the family. To a point, Rickson came to me. Rickson came to me, Rigan, we're going to fight. When he come and look me in the eye and going to fight, I look him back in the eye and say, Rickson, listen to me. I love you more than life. But you asked me to step in the ring. I swear, God, I step in the ring, you're not my cousin anymore. I'm going to come to fight. You know what I mean? Because I didn't want, 5, 6 times I told, I don't want to fight my own cousin, but you put me against the wall. I said, man, Rickson looking back, I said, the best is going to win. Like 2 challenges, 2 samurais challenging each other. In my mind, I said, like, I'm ready. Let's go. And we went to ring and want to kill each other. Around the beginning of the match, I tried grabbing him, threw his head on the ground. I missed for an inch. I'm happy didn't throw his head on the ground. But this kind of mentality, like 2 warriors going to war back. I didn't care about points. I didn't care about anything. I want to submit him. He want to submit me. We forgot about the rules. I said, let's go to a war. And for sure, like example, experience is the different. I was a phenomenal fighter, but I never got a fighter at that level who resist all my attacks. And I attacked him like 30, 40 times. Bah, 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 bah. He resists all my attacks. He counter, he defend. In the end, he start coming back. My gas, I gave so much at the beginning. When they start try a little break to breathe, he start coming back. He come like a bullet. That's what was one of the biggest lessons, because when you get sometimes a chess player like Rickson, one of the tricks of Rickson, his defense is 5 times stronger than his offense. And his offense is fantastic. And that was something I changed my mind. I said, you're right, man. I need this lesson, because one of the things about Jiu-Jitsu is a chess game. And that lesson was good. I lost for Rickson with all the honors in the world. Was amazing. Nobody hold back. He finished the match. He gave me a kiss. He said, "You're a warrior. You got my respect for life." And I said, "No, thank you." We become friends. And after this, like, the whole world at that time look at me. Everybody look at me for all the respect. I got my respect. I got my people. All the warriors in Jiu-Jitsu looked for me like, that's Rigan Machado. You know
People
what I mean?
that don't know, Rickson at the time was considered, just the best, right?
Rickson was 90 years older than me at the time, and Hicks was bigger and stronger than me too. And I believe the privilege to fight for a warrior like Rickson at the time is something I'm gonna tear for the rest of my life. Even another day, somebody came to me, he said, "I will give you opportunity to fight Rickson again." I said, "Listen here, even in case I have the tools to beat Rickson, and I have opportunity to fight him, I'm not going to do it, because people don't understand. For me, Rickson was one of my heroes. If for me, I want to keep that as a memory for the rest of my life." I said, "Man, this guy helped my jiu-jitsu to get the place I am. He was a brother. He was a coach. And we have to fight for reasons at the time. But I'm always going to tear the good things he passed, the torch they passed, the trust of our warriors." Was a very, if for me, I want to tear that for the rest of my life, because after this, I win another 100 fights, and I was so blessed to have that experience through my journey. And me and Rickson become best friends. We have so much respect for each other as a warrior. And I tear the relationship.
So we've established that. So boom, you were up there. You were the top shelf, the upper echelon of jiu-jitsu talent for that time. And to your in your own words, you described yourself. You were a soldier. You were a maniac when it came to the fighting spirit, the warrior mentality, right? So as you made that transition into what we're about to get into, the later parts of your career or your jiu-jitsu life, was there a particular moment that happened, or was it like a steady growth that kind of made you realize
what's changed my mind in methods of teaching when they start open schools in Beverly Hills, some place like that. I start getting students, because you have to understand, when you come from a primitive environment, your whole life is competing, and some like they put you as a coach to coach in a place like Beverly Hills, who 80% or 90% of your students don't want to compete. And I remember, I can't tell the name, but I have this celebrity who came, big, high profile celebrity, came to the academy. And I want to train jiu-jitsu with you, blah, blah. So thank you. And the next day, Universal Studio came to, the insurance of Universal Studio came to talk to me and try to explain. "Do you know, you teach this guy, he can't get one scratch on his face. How are we going to do that?" Right. And I have to explain them, because the guy paid me at the time $500 an hour. And I said, like,
oh, this is in Beverly Hills, Rigan?
Beverly Hills
Academy in Beverly Hills.
Like I said, I have to adjust the way I teach for this group. And little by little, I start figuring out, like, in a way I can train a very, very safe teaching and how I protect a lot of these celebrities. And basically, like, I never expect to be involved in Hollywood. I love movies more than life. My father relationship with me, he loved to take me to watch movies like Charlie Bronson, Clint Eastwood, Paul Newman. My father loved this kind of tough guy. And that was something who I fall in love with the industry of filming, TVs and stuff like that. And something like I'm right there. Another day, I'm having lunch with Sylvester Stallone, was one of my idols. Another day I have lunch with Arnold Schwarzenegger, another movie hero for me. And I fucking come friends of Mel Gibson. And I said, what the hell is going on? And some like one celebrity after another start calling me. They say, what's going on? You know what I mean? And I hang out with all these cool people. I said, man, that's amazing. It sounded like I got a phone call from Verizon, Hollywood Report. Hey, we want to talk to you. I said, yeah, who you want to talk? One of my clients and stuff. No, we want to talk to you. With me? What you want from me? No, we want to do an article about you. What you mean an article about me? No, we did a research. You're the biggest teacher of stars in the world. And I said, like, I am? What the, I didn't know
if
what
you aren't,
mean.
you are now. You are
yes.
now. That
and even like
I
said, I said, what they mean? It sound like they did some articles. It sound like I start get phone calls from 20 countries, magazines. I said, what the hell is going on? It sounded like I taught Jiu-Jitsu in a world. I didn't understand what that means, but I realized the mix of Jiu-Jitsu in Hollywood create an explosion of market and spread Jiu-Jitsu in the quicker way beside UFC. And it sounded like I end up working with all the celebrities. People start coming to be advisor, and I end up work with Paul Walker, Fast and Furious, Van Diesel. I get a phone call from a studio called 8711. They get ready to do this film, John Wick, with Keanu Reeves. And I start bringing Jiu-Jitsu to the screen with Keanu Reeves, training the groups and be advisor for the fight choreographers and for Chad, the director. And it's like another day I arrive, the Marvel Studios start calling me, and I start teaching the Black Panther to do Jiu-Jitsu.
So that
it
fight,
like
so that fight sequence in Black Panther, we have you to thank for that. Was it like an inverted triangle?
Yeah. There was like a knee bar too.
What you know? What was super cool? This is crazy. Me and Chad, we become very good friends. Very good friends. And the way it happened was so crazy because I was teaching the head of the Marvel Studios, a guy named Luis Desposito. He's the executive producer of all the Marvel's films. And he's my client. He's we become really good friends. He invited for all the red carpets and introduced to all the celebrities, bring the celebrities to the academy. It's like he's what a nice person. And because I love comic books from Marvels growing up, Spider-Man, Thor, all these characters now from to see the transformation from the comic book for the film, for me, it's amazing how they do that. You know what I mean? And I remember I was talking to the head of Marvels, Luis Esposito. He told me about this movie. They want to do the Black Panther, and they have a black director. All the actors going to be black. It's going to be like, but in the beginning, they kind of worry some countries like China or some other countries, how it's going to translate a black movie, a superhero like that, never done before in that level. And basically, like, he showed me the actor. Yeah, I didn't recognize him. I didn't know much about the actors at the time, like I know today. And I remember he did Charlie Brown or something like that, some movies. I think I've seen this guy before. He was talking about the guy, and the same day I went to have breakfast. I was having breakfast. Right across me was he sitting for his girlfriend. And I said, I can't believe that's the guy. Yeah, I said, "Oh, let me introduce myself, congratulate him to the next Black Panther." I went to him like, "Hey, I want to congratulate you for Black Panther." And he looked at me, "How do you know?" Yeah, I explained, "Now, I'm a teacher. I teach Luis Desposito." And he told me, he said, "Oh, no, not many people know. That's awesome." He asked my name. "What's your name?" My name is Rigan Machado. He started laughing. I said, "Why are you laughing?" He said, "Man, you want to see something?" He showed his phone, have my number there. And my name. I said, "How do you have my number?" He said, "Man, I just got your number. I want to train jiu-jitsu for you for the film." The guys, and I said, "What?" The next day he came to the academy and we start training. I said, "That's so cool." It's like almost like we're supposed to meet that day. And he start training, we become friends. It's what's good about jiu-jitsu. You come very close. It was a very close sport. And a lot of the times we finish training, like two friends training, nothing to do with the industry in Hollywood. Okay, let's have a coffee, breakfast. Okay, let's go. And we talk about life. And I come his friend. I remember I was at the premiere of Black Panther. The movie was explosion. Was all over the world, $1 billion film. And something super cool. That's when they realized he's my friend. He was God over there. You have all the major celebrities in the world over there. He walk, have their entourage follow him. Even my cousin at the time was next to me, said, "Oh, go over there and say hi to him." I said, "No, he's working." And then that's his day. It sounded like he was working with this entourage of people. I think people follow him, that. And on the after party from the event, I remember he looked at, he saw me, said, "1 sec, I'll be right back. I have to say hi for this guy." He walked by himself, across like 5, 6, 7 days. He come to me, give him a big hug. Man, I'm so thankful. You very special for my life. And tomorrow, just me and you have breakfast. And he went back to the entourage to do his work. I felt like, man, this guy's a cool dude. You know what I mean? Because he appreciate the work we did together, the friendship. And he was one of the most humble guy I met in this industry in Hollywood. In Hollywood, I met some amazing people. I met a guy named Paul Walker. He was a student of Franginha. And I remember I talked to Franginha and stuff. And Franginha said, "Hey, come here." He have a school in Santa Barbara. And Franginha called me, did introduction. And Paul Walker one day come, did some training. And he invited me to go to Puerto Rico to guide him, train him for Fast and Furious 5. When I got over there, I ended up meeting Van Diesel. We became very good friends right away. Van Diesel is another guy. What a character. What an amazing, amazing guy. One of the boys, you know what I mean? It's like I was like, man, it's kind of amazing to have a chance to see the movie star and the real person. The real person is a fantastic person. What a great human.
I want to ask you real quick, Keegan. You work with all these celebrities and high-level people. Is there anything that you can think of that all these people have in common? Because they're all, to normal folk, very successful.
Yeah, everybody comes for a reason for the academy, to come to the academy. My secret is simple. I don't give a fuck who it is. They come to the door. I said, "You in my world. I'm the pit bull, you the chihuahua. I want to make you come a pit bull." but I'm the coach, you the student. I'm the general, you the soldier. This is my church. When you come here, number one, respect, discipline, consistency. You follow my rules, you follow the rules of the academy. I promise you, you're going to be amazing. You know what I mean? They follow 99%, like come to the academy. Yes, Sir Rigan, Master Rigan. And through that, because one of the tricks to be a good coach, you have to have a good student. The moment the students don't listen to you or his ego affect your teaching, I can be a coach for him. I tell him, man, leave your shit outside. You cross this door. That's why one of my philosophies, leave your ego at the door. When you come here, let's train. Let's talk about jiu-jitsu. Let's talk about how can I get you better in this sport. How can you use that for your beneficial as a human being? That my specialty. That's when the guy come to the door, we end up friends because they end up get emotion, they end up liberate, they end up trust you. And that's why a lot of some of the high-end clients, you have to sign protection for the celebrities, as disclosure and stuff like
NDA,
that.
right.
And I have maybe 5 celebrities like that I'm not allowed to talk much about because it's very protect them from any comments and stuff like that. I can get in big trouble to talk about some of the celebrities. But it's only 5.
I'd like to rewind because I think we skipped a very crucial segment of time of that transition of you going from the competition soldier warrior Rigan to the Hollywood type, and that dates back to, for instance, you mentioned his name, Mel Gibson. I remember that, to me, that was the first time I ever saw Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu as we know it with the leg triangle and Lethal Weapon. That was like 1980 something movie.
I think at that time was not me. It was
that was Horian,
my cousin Horian Grace.
Right.
Horian Grace loved Hollywood. I remember he tried one time to get involved in the industry, and he ended up have opportunity to be one of the fight choreographers for Lethal Weapon, the first one. And he have opportunity to organize some fights, some training for Mel Gibson for the fight on the end between Gary Busey and Mel Gibson. And he put the pure jiu-jitsu, he put the triangle, all these little things, the escape of a headlock and stuff like that. But it was amazing. Horian Gracie, I have so much respect because I believe a lot of the work outside Brazil for pioneer jiu-jitsu through UFC to a lot of Horian Grace was the brain behind everything. I give him all the credit in the world.
Well, and that probably set the table for you meeting another icon in the martial arts community and legend, Chuck Norris, which you have more intimate experience with, and actually was on
Chuck Norris for me, for me, my whole life, I never met a guy like Chuck Norris. I get to know Chuck Norris as a human side. I have to get to know Chuck Norris as an athlete. I got Chuck Norris about vision.
What makes him special, Rigan? What makes Chuck Norris special?
Norris is pure heart. He gave the heart for me. He come to me, opened my school, he got me legal in the country, got his lawyers to get my papers. He come to me in the first school, he said, Rigan, you don't have to pay rent here for the next 4 years. You build you here, I'm going to promote you, we're going to bring you other people. And to have a chance to get somebody who is that nice, and he just want to train jiu-jitsu. He did that because he's a martial artist. He did that because he liked us. And me and my brothers, we looked up to him like a member of the family. We come like Chuck Norris is more than a friend. He's a brother. And I have only love about Chuck Norris. I think one of the biggest reasons we're here today because Chuck Norris. Without Chuck Norris, I don't know. We brought back in Brazil, we not being American. But Chuck Norris was the one who helped us with pure heart, ask nothing back, just to once in a while he wanted to do some jiu-jitsu with us. For me, what he did for me, my brothers, we always going to be appreciate for what he did.
Yeah, that's an amazing story. I think I heard that he owned the land, or he bought the land that you guys ended up building the jiu-jitsu school. He just said,
no,
don't worry about rent.
I have him. He have actually was he owned the mall. He
owned
had
the whole mall.
Wow.
Wow.
The mall in Encino at the time. His business partner was another guy named Bob Wall. And he just opened the mall. He realized the mall is going to take some time to get like all the stores in action, function. And he got like 4,000 square feet. He said, no, this one we're not going to rent. This one's for the Machados. And he was the one. The next day, I never seen that. In 1 week, the academy was ready to open. He bought the mats, did everything ready. It looked like, wow, the academy is here already. And I said, okay, let's do it. It was amazing because he put in the newspaper, LA Times at the time, a demo for everybody to come and watch the demo. He did the demo with us. And in the middle of the mall, put some mats. He did some demonstration, this and that. Every news was there. The next day, we opened the academy. I never seen that in my life. 200 students sign up in one day. And wow. I said, like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Money, like
200
crazy.
Signed up in one day.
200 students after he come. I said, man, wow. This guy is... That's when I called my brother and said, man, I need help. I'm going to die here teaching because I need help. My brother started coming to America to help me. And from there, I think it was the biggest reason the success of UFC. I think it was a group of things when the Horion did the first UFC. The success of Royce in winning at the UFC helped so much, man. After the first or second UFC, my phone never stopped. Like, bring, bring. I said, people from all over the world, oh, you can come here. We want to know what's this jiu-jitsu.
Rigan, of all the celebrities you've trained, right? I know that some of them, they can't roll because it's just too dangerous. Who's the best celebrity that you train as far as technique?
Ashton Kutcher for me is one of my top students.
Is he a black belt? What is a brown belt? Does he train live at all? Does he do any live sparring at all?
No, he do it. But one of the things, I have a group of maybe 6 guys I have a lot of respect. One is Joel Kidman. Joel Kidman, he don't care, man. That guy is like, I want to compete. I want to spy anyone.
You know, it's crazy. I've seen him alone at Joel Kinnaman, right? I've seen him alone at competitions, just by himself walking around. Yeah. He's a blue belt, correct? Yeah, it's crazy.
I gave him a blue belt, but now he's so busy, man. The problem with celebrities sometimes is so busy. He lives too far away from me. Sometimes for him, his time is very short. He put mats in his house, got some friends who teach him. If for me to go over there, it's the same problem. I don't have the time to. But I'm so happy I gave him the seed and the love, and he fell in love. And he's training every day. I saw him actually 10 days ago or 6 days ago. I was in some stand-up comedy show with Jeremy Piven. You know him, the Entourage guy?
Yeah.
He started training for me. he invited me to watch a comedy show. Joel Kidman was there. It was super nice to see him. I have a lot of respect for him. The other guy I like a lot, he loves Jiu-Jitsu more than life, is Charlie Hanna from Sons of Anarchy. He did a TV show. And Charlie Hanna, man, he loves Jiu-Jitsu. You know what I mean? He loves spar. Another day, one day he arrived, had bruises. I said, Charlie Hanna, take it easy, man. You get scratched too much, you know what I mean? I said, no.
What does a training session look like for celebrities?
I break down in first. Well, I don't do more than 3 techniques. I do 3 techniques, and I go to something called super review. You're gonna have to drill each one a number of times. And after this, I do the drills of blending. Like I mix the techniques, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and same like focus. A lot of stretch, a lot of cardio. Sometimes I bring a team to help to do the cardio and the stretch, professional guys, and I do a technical training. Like example, break down Jiu-Jitsu in piece. You say, okay, you're just gonna be on your side control, you have to get out of here. And you just need to pass my guard. I try doing a way, when they put them to spar, I try get super high level guys to not use too much explosion, this and that, because I try be sure I keep the culture of safe zone, because a high-end celebrity, it seems like you're training a doctor who need the hands. You have to be careful for his hand don't get hurt. A celebrity, you have to be the face. And some more closer he's with the film, he only training for me. More far away from the films, I bring a team to help for him. I bring 2 or 3 guys to spar and stuff like that. It's fun.
How big are the classes?
Only me.
How big are these classes?
It's a private. It's like
it's a private.
At the same time, a lot of the celebs don't like to bring too many strangers to the class. I train Brian Cooper. He's an amazing athlete. I train Toby Cabell. I have opportunity to train some Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato is a tough girl. I was shocked. She want to spar. I said, Demi Lovato. She's amazing, man. She likes Jiu-Jitsu a lot. You know what I mean?
So Rigan, on the through these decades that Jiu-Jitsu is now kind of cracked into its own mainstay in Hollywood. When you're on set, and there's always a lot of dead time in between takes or while production sets up. Do you ever have those opportunities to work with the talent, maybe on a scene? And have you noticed a difference in a lot of the extras that might be around them knowing a little bit?
Yeah. One of the things on the industry of Hollywood, first you have to learn how to speak Hollywood. That's the first law of Hollywood. What means speak about Hollywood? You have to know what you're doing. You have to understand the industry in many different ways. The best school I ever had was 8711. 8711 for me, Chad and David Leitch, the director of John Wick, his partner who directed Atomic Blonde, Deadpool, the last movie for The Rock, and Jason Statham, like a spin-off of Fast and Furious. For me, this guy is the best school in the world for action. The steps you have to learn first is to understand the world of stunts. It's like almost like example. You get the stunts, the doubles, all these amazing artists who know how to sell the fight scenes, to do the action, the reaction. And after this, you see these amazing guys, the fight choreographers, who know how to put the fight together. You know what I mean? According with the script, you have to understand the foundation, what's the martial arts background is. Is some of the martial arts is wire work, special effect, some weapons, and you have to get a team of different talents to be advisors to put the fight scene together. The next step, when you have the fight scene for the film, you have to come with super important, the camera, how to film that kind of action. And when the guy know how to film, he have tricks you learning with the angle of the camera, what you're gonna get. Another way the fight look fake. It's very simple. You have 3 angles: wide, close, and close-ups, very tight shots. More wide, you see everything, like what we did to John Wick. That's why Keanu Reeves, he did 9% of his stunts, trained for 6 months before the movie. And you see him doing this shit. More tight, you kind of start cheating a little bit, use doubles, don't show the face, cut a lot. You know what I mean? Which is 90% of the movies you're going to see. You understand? And the close-ups, the details, the eyes, they grabbed something. You know what I mean? Basically, you start learning these rules, and the follow-up of the fight is the key. You know what I mean? From the third step, who's the most important, I believe, is the editing, the sound, how you cut, how you make the fight come alive for the big screen. And you start learning these rules, these things, and realize a good film is time to rehearsal, a good camera, a good editor, you know what I mean? You climb yourself to be a point like, okay, now I'm a fight choreographer, now I'm a stunt coordinator. But you have to learn a little bit about editing, a little bit about film, a little bit about everything to have a general idea when you come to do the fight scene. You know a little bit about all these pieces. And the next level is a director, second unit director for action films. From there, when you get to that level, you're able to, oh, maybe I want to be a director. Like that's what happened right now in Hollywood. Some of the biggest directors coming today is come from the stunts, come from this kind of the thing. Like Chad was a stunt guy, Dave Leach was a stunt guy. The director from Extraction, who was this Netflix big action, the action shooting, car chase, he was a stunt guy. And had so many, the new generation, it wasn't interesting because it was a group, it was 6, 7, 8 guys who updated the new Hollywood and the new action films. All these guys come in director. If for me to follow this step for some of the best guys in the world is amazing journey, amazing, because you're able to see how can I add jiu-jitsu in this puzzle.
What is your role, Rigan? What is your role on the film usually?
Right now, I got the opportunity to be a stunt coordinator. I step up.
Stunt coordinator.
Stunt coordinator is the guy in charge to structure a lot of the action. I work for the second unit director. The second unit director or the director come to me here. Here's the script, design all the action. And base the key of design the actions to be sure you have access to a deck of very good talent guys. It's almost like a think like this. You want to do a successful film, you put a successful guys in different areas. Mm. You have to be sure the fight scene is designed by phenomenal advisors in fight scenes and real martial artists who can. And the second step is to realize how you're going to film. This guy not able to do his stunts. We have to have a double. And how much time we have for rehearsal? Or we have 3 days. No way we're going to be able to have 3 days to train this guy to do all his action. We have to get guys who do the double and dress like he in film a way you never see the face. The way you shoot, you have to shoot not wide. You have to shoot close and cut in a way the fights look amazing. The edit put good sound, this and that. Yeah, which in 90% in Hollywood, they have to do their way because the only studio who be sure the actors pay the price to do his stunts is 8711. They did, you know who is really good too, who do all his stunts? Tom Cruise. That's why you see all the shots. Why? Because he put 6 months shooting, doing everything. What happened? We put wide. You see Tom Cruise doing.
Yeah.
But how many celebrities do that? Who want to take a chance to get
very,
hurt?
very few.
You know what I mean?
Jackie Chan.
Jack
Was
Chan.
like
You
one.
don't see Jack Chan doing closeouts.
Yeah.
You see Jack
it's
Chan
all wide.
jump building. You see he's the real deal.
Well,
What were the three
like
again, Egan? What were the three? I learned something about that how to make film right there. So wide is usually the actor itself is doing the stunt.
More wide, more you have to see the celebrity. It's no cheating.
Right. And then there was the close-up angle is usually the edit.
When you do a middle shots, you switch a lot. You have to cut is the middle shot. And base like you have styles, have ways to film. You have steady cam, like you film here, go for the ground, blah, blah, or you have slide camera come around. You have, you know what I mean? You have more angles. You should put the camera here, do the whole fight scene. I'll put the camera here, do the whole fight scene. This is the old method. You know what I mean? I learned a lot with a crew. I was doing a movie in Cyprus with Nicolas Cage and Tony Jaa and Frank Grills. It's Jiu Jitsu. Name is Jiu Jitsu. Have you seen this movie?
Yeah, yes. I think I've seen the trailer.
Now watch the movie. It's nothing to do with Jiu Jitsu, but
it's not.
I was in the movie when I got over there. Jiu Jitsu movie. When I got over there, I have to fight a predator, an alien. And I said, "What's going on here?"
What was your role in that one, Egan? What was your role in that movie?
The movie have 7 warriors, and I'm one of the 7 warriors. One is myself, Tony Jaa, Nicolas Cage, Alain Moussi, Juju Chain, and have this different style of guys. I was the grappler, the break people head, and have a hammer, the big guy.
So you're an actor. You're an actor in the movie.
I'm an actor.
You're not a
I've been in 30 shows
okay.
now. I mean, I've been cameo in over 30 shows, films and TV shows. I work in Hollands.
So Egan, something that I'm hearing from you that's really amazing, I really never thought of in the previously especially when I hear the name Egan, is the depth of non-jiu-jitsu knowledge that you've acquired about having the awareness of where the camera is, what kind of shot, and now as a fight and stunt coordinator, it's important for you to know these things so that you get the best shots, and then the communication of the art of jiu-jitsu is well communicated in how it's set up, which brings me to I want to wrap this all up and bring it together. What is the next phase of jiu-jitsu through your medium of Hollywood? What's the next stage that jiu-jitsu has ahead of it to grow in this platform?
I think what I love to do in the future, to do great drama films based some true stories about jiu-jitsu, bring some amazing actors to play characters like it. Right now, have a movie it's an $80 million film produced by Netflix, directed by a guy named what's his name, Jose Padilla, who directed RoboCop. He's a Brazilian director. The story is about Rickson Gracie and things like that. I even got approached by some producers, say, "Hey, man, I want to recreate a movie about your fight with Rickson." And they want to create this drama. The student fight the coach, 2 members of the family, 2 warriors. They create this crazy
Pretty good story.
situations to create a story. But all these things is good because the reason I like to do drama about that is to bring you the light. It's like similar like you do a basketball film, you do a football, you show the will of the athletes, you show the champion mentality, this and that. And you have a lot of wrestling films. I want to create and produce in the future films like that and bring some of the best actors to play some of the characters and have these amazing, beautiful stories about athletes. And you know what I mean? Most likely I want to create by true stories, like winners and champions who each one have a different battles and things like that. That's something I would love to do for the sport of Jiu-Jitsu, because one thing I love, because I come from the background of Jiu-Jitsu, the will as an athlete, and we put to be a successful athlete, people, it's the same like in any other sport. I think it is amazing to have a chance to do something, to tell how hard it is to training, to how many hours you spend at the gym, fights, winning, lose, and the struggle for life around you. I think it's so much you can tell in their environment. And like, not just the male, but the female, you know what I mean? How many amazing girls today compete in Jiu-Jitsu. And I remember the time I growing up as an athlete, women was not much allowed to train with you guys at academies. You know, parents, I don't want to I want to put my daughter to play ballet. I don't want she be a fighter. And to see girls like, example, Ronda Rousey cross the barriers as a female fighter, you open the opportunity. Same in the Jiu-Jitsu girls. Like I have this girl named Leca Vieira.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but it's funny that you mentioned that. But I wanted to point out, in fact, that's why Ben is in Texas right now. He's coaching, a up and comer female athlete, and last night's jiu-jitsu event was an entire female card. It was nothing but female competitors, and they come from all these different states and all over the world, really, to compete at these things. So it's, amazing. To your point.
Congratulations, coach.
Thank you, sir.
I have a question for you guys. Yesterday, I was in Instagram. I saw something happen on Instagram. I want you guys to guide me a little bit. I don't know much what happened. I think it was Gordon Ryan slapped Galvão. You guys know the story, what happened?
Because, the story, Rigan, was that so Gordon Ryan was at a event and he was competing. So he won his match, and then he went to shake Andre Galvão's hand, and so Andre gave him a middle finger. Did not shake his hand.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and that's so. I'm just trying to be unbiased and just tell you exactly what happened. But that's what happened, and then they met in the hallway. So Andre was walking, and Gordon was walking, and Andre, I guess, pushed Gordon a little bit. So she pushed him, and Gordon, pushed. He pushed him, and then Gordon, he's already been in a match, right? So he's already adrenaline, and so he slaps Andre across the face, very hard. It's very, very hard, and the video's on Flow Grappling, and then he does it again, and Andre, he was in shock. Andre, he didn't expect this, right? Maybe he just thought, we're just gonna get into a little argument, and then Gordon, throws the shot, and so and that.
Oh, your sound gave out, Ben. There it is.
No, I'm sorry. Okay. I hear everything.
You're good now, Ben.
It's kind of
funny.
What do you think
about that, Rigan?
No, I love Galvão. I think I have so much respect because Galvão remind me the love he has as a coach to manufacture champions. He was this guy who fought everybody. I think all this new generation of fighters, he went toe-to-toe with them. Galvão, I like him. He's a very religion guy, a good father, a good coach, a good husband. He's go to church all the time. He's embrace God. I love him as a person, but I'm a big fan of Gordon Ryan. I think guys like Gordon Ryan would need the sport. We need guys like this to kind of bring the new generation up. Guys like McGregor, who what he did for the UFC, guys like Gordon Ryan bring more fun, more entertainment, more. I wish have another 50 guys like him because it's just going to help the sport to be entertainment.
I
love to watch him talk and stuff like that. He delivered. He been winning a lot of his fights. He believe he's the best in the world. I think
I think that's a part of your success. I think you are successful. I think that attitude, that mindset that you have, being happy for other people's success or not minding other people's success,
I don't let
that helps you.
One thing about me, I leave my ego out. I don't. One thing helped me in life to build good bridges and to connect to people. I don't let the ego come to me. I always look myself equal like everybody. I treat everybody the same respect. And I build amazing bridges because that. I think the moment you let the ego take over, you come, you know what I mean? You push people away because it's not everybody like to be around a guy have a big ego. But I used to have an ego when I was primarily early age. It's natural, come with the success of your career. Everybody endorse, everybody embrace you. I think but Gordon Ryan, I think he's a sweet guy. I don't have I'm kind of surprised to see this
I thought it was just a misunderstanding. It's a mismatch of, they're not different. They're not in the same part of their career. Galvao is already, he's already a teacher. He's a coach. Gordon's still an up and coming competitor. If they're going to butt heads, they're not going to believe in the same things.
I think Galvão, he did the right thing. I don't think it was a reason to try fight and this and that. And I think he talked like a man. I don't take nothing from him for don't go to a fight and stuff like that.
There's a very interesting, I guess, observation to take from all of this. And actually it's rooted in what we've talked about in this conversation, as you could put Gordon's behavior on that evening very similar to how you may have been when you were that age, right? Yes, and then Galvão is more in that transition to where you are now. He's like on that path to get to where you are now.
You have to realize we in different country. Something like that happened in Brazil. I think Galvão is going to be a fight. Right. I think a good example, I love my cousin Ralph Gracie. Mm-hmm. He got in trouble because in the competition, he did an elbow and the Grace Barra Cachorrinho. That got on tape. And Ralph got in trouble. He ended up getting some time for that. I think you don't want to get in trouble. You get in a fight, somebody get hurt, a lawsuit to each other and stuff like that. There's so much to risk about Galvão life. Even Gordon Ryan too. I think I was happy didn't went to the next level.
I'm glad you said that.
I believe like sooner or later they're gonna shake hands.
Right.
Just like the wrong time, the wrong place, and both was upset with each other, maybe the trash talk or something like that.
Right. And at the end of the day, I think, to that, the last question I asked you is, what does growth look like? And you actually nailed it. You say that people like Gordon are important because they grow the sport, McGregor did. But then also what you're doing in Hollywood is growing the sport. So growth has many different looks, and some of it's very unconventional. Like what happened with Gordon and Galvão.
I think the evolution in the sport, the growth in the sport, jiu-jitsu grow too fast. And sometimes when things grow too fast, sometimes miss a lack of leadership and structure. An example, in case you have a big structure, you have a big leadership, they can go punish both for say, hey, man, you're doing something bad for the sport. You guys punish for a year, not compete, like same like UFC. You understand? You fucked up.
Yeah, Galvão already had some punishment already. So I'm glad you said that, Rigan, because I think people are criticizing Galvão for not, throwing a punch back. But you got to remember, he's in America.
You can take the warrior from Galvão. You have to realize we in a different country. We still. I've been living here for more than half my life. And Galvão is a great warrior, great guy. I have so much respect. He as a coach, as a human being, as an athlete. And he realized, like, I want to talk to this guy, but everything was wrong, the wrong time. His student fought, lost, tempers, talk trash, and things like
it was
that.
It was just a mismatch. I think it should
was not the right time to talk to the guy who just finished fighting, and he still have the adrenaline. I think everything was in the wrong time, the wrong place. And but this is news. I think shit like that happen once in a while. I think pretty soon this is going to dilute. It's going to be on the past. Galvão, the only thing I don't want to take from Galvão, he got slapped, but he was an amazing man because he realized he can get in trouble. I don't think he like, get slapped, I don't want to fight. No, he was wise not to fight. Because I believe like this happened in Brazil, it's going to be a different Galvão. You know what I mean? It's no lock. Brazil is like, you touch my face.
It's serious. It's serious. And I think
we still that kind of mentality, which I think has changed too. Brazil, I think you have to realize we have a problem. I don't like you, this and that. Okay, let's go fight. Let's go to UFC. Let's go to some cage fight, or let's go to some jiu-jitsu match. Right. It's nothing to do outside.
Hey, Rigan, Rigan, I gotta. I'm sorry. We have to wrap it up because I'm going to miss the flight, and also we don't want to take up too much of your time.
No, it's always a pleasure to talk to good friends.
We definitely got to get you back on, and I want to talk to you about ego because that's me and Jim have a big thing on ego. But let me just give you two questions real quick, and we'll wrap it up. Yes. If I'm a celebrity and I'm a high profile celebrity, it's not me, but if I'm a high profile celebrity, how do they contact and reach out to you? And what if you're maybe just a minor celebrity? How do they reach out and contact you? Is it the same process? Or
for me today, I have a big structure. I have management. I have agency. I deal straight for a lot of the studios. I deal strict with the appointment. And a lot of times these celebrities come by recommendation from people, from studios or recommendation to friends. Like, for example, sometimes Ashton Kutcher or some of the celebrities, like Mel Gibson, he called me, Rigan, I have a friend who want to train with you. His name is Brian Cooper. You want to come over? Say, okay, I know Brian Cooper. Like Joel Kidman, hey.
So they have to have They have to have a referral.
It's almost like mouth to mouth. Nah? It's like that
got you.
Like Joel Kidman called me another day, say, hey, man, my friend did the TV movie Twilight. He's going to do Batman. He want to train with you. His name is Robert Pattinson. I know who Robert Pattinson is. Yeah. And like this is it's cool. Now, when you get in the environment, it takes some time to build your network. When you get your network, it's like consistency. People call you all the time because they know specific you working that way. and the people feel safe. That's the key for teach this level of students. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny because when they used to have a school for competition, sometimes the social media can, I don't like Rigan, it's too rough, you go over there, you're going to end up get hurt. Yeah, I remember another day I got some social media, the guys, Rigan forgot, he only care now about Hollywood. I said, man, what's good, what's bad? Tell me. You know what I mean? It's so funny, social media, man. Social media is funny.
All right, Rigan, thank you very much.
Thank you, buddy.
Let's get you on soon to talk about ego. Is there a website that people can go to for you? Do you have a website?
Just go to my social media, Instagram. And
social media, okay.
I love Instagram. Just test me to Instagram. You always find me there. Rigan Machado.
All right. Rigan Machado. Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Yeah, boys.
Learned a lot. Thank you.
Take care, brother.
I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
All right. There he goes. Right. Ben, catch a flight. Later.
Okay. All right. Bye.